Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I'm the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. It's also noted on our website. So today is Sunday, March 12th, 2023. And we're continuing with our annual theme, which this year is Living Out Loud. Our topic for this month of March is cultivating authenticity. And today, our topic is dropping the masks and bushels. So each week, we open with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from April 4th, 2014. Spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to gently close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. Recognizing the one power and presence that is everywhere present in its entirety, and knowing that I am an individualized expression of it, I now consciously choose to expand the experience of my sense of self. I open myself to greater understanding and acceptance of God's infinite potential as I identify with the all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present qualities of spirit. As I open myself to this, the awareness of my local self expands to fully embrace its inherent oneness with the non-local, all-encompassing self. Expanding my experience of that self, I enhance and embrace the spontaneous fulfillment of my desires, creating blessings for myself and others. Any thought or feeling, however subtle, of unworthiness or impossibility is immediately and completely dismissed into the nothingness where it belongs. I stand firm in my decision to honor and fulfill my desires, knowing that nothing is too good to be true for me. Rejoicing that this is the way of my life, I gratefully release this truth, joyously accepting my increased good as it spontaneously appears in my world. And so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Nancy Fagan from Jacksonville, Florida. And so, as we do each week as well, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So once again, welcome everyone. Please note that we honor all faiths, all paths, all traditions. So everyone is welcome here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. Here we teach a philosophy called the science of mind. And it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom, where we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he'd replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are continuing to meet at our new location on Sundays at noon at Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. And then hang out with us afterwards for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you do desire or choose to come and spend this time with us in person, then please let me know when you have arrived so that I can be sure that the door is open for you to come in. And if you have any questions or comments, you can either post them online wherever you are watching the replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email and I'll be sure to respond. So our topic today is about our hidden self. And we wear masks in celebration for fun and to be safe. But masks that we wear for our hearts may keep us safe until they don't. Vulnerability empowers us to drop the mask and let our light shine. So to live out loud means for us to express who we are and who we have come here to be, stepping into all areas of our life in integrity with our real, authentic self. Brené Brown offers this definition. Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. So yes, we wear masks at different times for different reasons. We wear them for fun during holidays and at parties. And masks are worn in the theater and in arts. During the pandemic, masks were worn to help prevent infection or the spread of infection. But not all masks are physical. There are times and situations that we wear masks, changing or hiding who we are to protect our heart and our emotions. And hiding what we think and feel from others because we want to be accepted and to belong keeps our light from being seen. It would be similar to holding a candle under a bushel rather than putting the light in, or the lit candle in a holder to light the whole room. While it may keep us safe, wearing a mask becomes a problem when we do this so often that it becomes our identity. It keeps us from experiencing connection and intimacy, or in-to-me-see. Having the courage to be vulnerable, to drop our mask and let our light be seen and felt is another piece of cultivating authenticity. So we all wear masks at one time or another, some more than others. And we wear them to cover up the true us and what we are really feeling. Wearing a mask protects us from vulnerability. While inside we want to tell people what's going on in our lives, because we fear rejection, we hide behind the mask. Animals in nature can hide right out in the open through their camouflage and blending in. And because of our instinct to protect our hearts, our minds, and our bodies, we may hide and blend in various ways, or by hiding entirely so that we may not even be seen at all. Having the courage to embrace our vulnerability and let our light shine is the way through to living out loud. Here's a passage from The Velveteen Rabbit by Margaret Williams. She wrote, "Real isn't how you are made," said the Skin Horse. "It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real." "Does it hurt?" asked the rabbit. "Sometimes," said the Skin Horse, for he was always truthful. "When you are real, you don't mind being hurt." "Does it happen all at once, like being wound up?" he asked, "or bit by bit?" "It doesn't happen all at once," said the Skin Horse. "You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or who have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you lose in the joints and are very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand." And Ernest Holmes wrote this in The Creative Mind and Success. He said, "There is something which waits our recognition to spring into being, bringing with it all the power of the universe." So when we wear masks, we keep parts of ourselves hidden that deserve to shine. The reasons for wearing a mask can be both positive and negative. Some of the reasons might include to hide fear, anxiety, to be liked and accepted, to hide from feeling vulnerable, sadness and depression, anger, or to show masculinity or femininity, or to manipulate. What masks do we show to the outside world, to family, our friends, or our business partners? Are we showing things like, "I'm confident, I'm fine, I'm in charge, everything's good, I'm happy"? To wear a mask of confidence, authority, perfection, even efficiency, when that is not what we are feeling, may be the appropriate response in the moment. But when we are hiding who we are, we will remain in the space of always guessing where the next threat is coming from, because we are not standing in our truth and our power. The problem with masks is when they become the norm and we lose ourselves in the process of trying to please others. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this in Richer Living. Oh, sorry, let me back that up. "There is something which waits only our recognition to spring into being, bringing with it all the power of the universe." So it takes a toll on us when we are working on being what or who we are not. Yet we wear these masks or hide because at some level we believe that on our own, our thoughts, opinions, or feelings are not acceptable. Dropping our masks is a way of restoring our own self-worth and respect. While hiding behind a mask may feel like it's keeping us safe, it not only takes energy away from us, but it also keeps us from experiencing real heart connections with others. Instead of our whole self and our truth, they'll see a two-dimensional mask that we hold up, displaying who we think we should be rather than who we actually are. Pretending to be okay when we're not prevents us from ever being okay. Masks keep us tied to the past. We continue to play a part of a past narrative. To step into our present truth and power, we are asked to be courageous and vulnerable, to put down that mask, remove the bushel basket, and we must speak our truth. Be who life knows us to be. Ernest Holmes said this: any sense of guilt we have, any burden of condemnation we entertain, or any mental state that weighs us down hinders us from more fully experiencing the nature of spiritual reality. Anthony St. Martin wrote this: I have hurled myself off the shores of my own fears and limiting beliefs to venture far out into the uncharted territories of my inner truth, in search of what it means to be genuine and at peace with who I really am. I've abandoned the masquerade of living up to the expectation of others and explored the new horizons of what it means to be truly and completely me, in all my amazing imperfection and most splendid insecurity. So now I'll be a little vulnerable, or a lot vulnerable. People ask me lately how I'm doing. And sometimes I admit, I'll say, I'm okay. But really, sometimes I feel sad, lonely, and stressed. In my vulnerability, I'll say that my boyfriend and I have maxed out our credit cards and depleted our savings as a result of my accident. And I'd like to publicly thank all the people that have donated to assist me with my recent medical expenses that required emergency surgery here in Mexico. So far, almost $1,000 has been raised toward the $6,700 expense. So if you would like to help by donating, you can do so through PayPal or by using the GoFundMe link that's noted on the opening page of our website. And we are grateful for any and all donations. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. E. Cummings wrote this: the greatest battle we face as human beings is the battle to protect our true selves from the self the world wants us to become. So what would happen if you began to be courageously vulnerable? You'd begin to show up differently because you're allowing some of those hidden parts to be seen. And what are some examples? Well, even if it feels awkward, it shows that you care. You may not want to, but ask for help. You wish you knew what they were thinking. So be the first one to open up and ask. It's okay if you're not good at it. Do it anyway. No one starts as an expert. Feel your feelings, all of them, and feel them deeply. You don't have to explain them. You're not required to explain saying no. Assume others are trustworthy until proven otherwise, and clarify your boundaries. And finally, only say yes to your yeses, to what you want. And what will others say or do? Probably nothing. Our biggest risk is their reaction. And this is where we feel vulnerable. How others will react is out of our control. And it always will be. As we love ourselves more fully and practice being vulnerable, we'll become less sensitive to the opinions of others. Brene Brown said this: vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is a source of hope, empathy, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful spiritual lives, vulnerability is the path. So being vulnerable will always feel vulnerable. With practice, we step into our courage in deeper ways. And when we're vulnerable with those we trust, we are also inviting them to be vulnerable with us. So go as fast or as the slowest part of yourself, because this is the true level of your authentic expression. And it is from authentic expression and connection that we can experience the love, compassion, and connection that we seek and deserve. So I'll leave you with another quote from Brene Brown. Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. And this leads us to our affirmation for the week. I have the courage to be vulnerable and let my light shine. And so now is our time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. And we rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter the amount. Your contributions are circulated with our tithing to our greater organization, which reaches out globally as well as locally. And we also tithe to a local women's shelter to assist women and children that have left an abusive home, and allows them an opportunity to become grateful for the assistance to become productive and successful members of our community. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely through our website. And that is www.cslpv.org. When you arrive on the landing page, you'll see the donate buttons there, as well as the link to my personal GoFundMe page. Also, you'll find links to the PayPal and Tithely on the same page where you will find the recording of each of these talks. Alternatively, if you would like to send in a paper check, you can do so by addressing it to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now, if you'd like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. And now for our weekly announcements. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with your emotions or change or whatever you are experiencing in life or would like to experience more of, please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of CSL Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me so that you can be sent the current form. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will be offering the course Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life again later in March. We'll also be teaching the course Roots in English via Zoom and in person in Spanish starting March. And those details are on our website as well under courses. Also, connect with me or check out our website if you want any other details about our center here. And please let me know if there's any other course or workshop or a book study that you'd be interested in taking so that we can plan dates for those as well. We're going to have a very interesting workshop offered later this year, so watch for details on that as well. In the meantime, let's continue with practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. I'd also like to publicly thank all the people that have donated so far to my personal GoFundMe. So once again, thank you for personal donations as well as your donations to our center, your center. And thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.